Hey there, I'm Michael Angel Martin, and I am very excited to share this video with you guys. It's something that I haven't shared before. Let me just tell you the reason behind that, and then we'll just get into all the awesomeness. So, if you've been following me for a while, you know I focus on education with trading and learning to trade the foundational way, which means no charts, no charts, no like minimal indicators, sometimes even no indicators, no scanners or tools, like just learning price action, learn how to trade off of price action, right? I believe learning that skill is the way you ultimately in the long run set yourself free, because what if these tools and stuff go away down the road? You're shit out of luck, you got to start over again. But if you can look at a chart and know when to get in and get out just by the way price is moving, you've got a skill no one can ever take away from you. All right. And that's what we've been focused on for years. However, there's some people, we've become aware of the fact that there's, some people that are just in situations that it doesn't allow them to dig into all the training videos and put in the amount of hours that it takes to learn that skill, right? We've had tons of success teaching it, tons of people doing it, but there's still some people that just didn't work for them. They wanted, a tool with some strategies. Like, for instance, I'll give you a perfect example. I had a person the other day, because I took a poll and asked what people want. Do you want education and tools, just tools? And one person replied and said, hey, look, I'm almost 70 years old, and I believe for a fact that education is the way to go. But at my age, I can't retain information and go through information as quickly as I used to, and I can't retain it like I used to. What would work better for me is if I just had a scanner that did most of the work for me, and then I can just apply some simple steps and get in and out of some trades. Right? Those are things I never thought of before. I was just like, everybody just learn, right? But everybody's got different things. Now, this tool has been available in our tool suite for 18 months, but it was part of a different package. And IM made this move where they merged all the packages, didn't raise the price, kept the price the same, but doubled the value, right? And this tool became available to us. And I want to show you this because this thing has been, you want to talk about, I don't know if you've heard that phrase, documentation beats conversation. This thing has some numbers that are just crazy. There's 12,000 logins per day into this scanner, per day. And there's been over 11 million logins since its launch 18 months ago. And the success stories I'm going to show you at the end. Make sure you stay to the end. I'm going to show you all the people that have had success with this thing, and it's mind-blowing, guys. I've never seen anything have such documentation and proof that it's helping people than this. Right? So if you're someone that just doesn't want to learn the education, or you want to have something to play with while you're learning the education, then you're going to want to take a solid look at this tool. All right? So the general idea behind this tool is the fact that one of the hardest things for newbies to figure out is if a pair is trending or not, right? Because if a pair is consolidating where it's just kind of bouncing inside of a range, right, that's not where you want to trade. And newbies would get their ass kicked during that phase when price is just going sideways. Like right here, right now, right, price is just going sideways, right? And people get their asses kicked there. Right? Where you make your money is when the pairs move. They head off in a direction called a trend. It either goes in an uptrend or it goes into a downtrend. Okay? And this has several things on it that help you determine trend. And there's this one awesome tool that was just added a month ago that it's going to blow your mind, man. I was able to take a trade today from it. So anyways, let me just go over the basics of this, right? So like this pair, for example, and you also have this cool little alert panel, I guess you could call it, on the side here. Right, this summarizes the pairs. So I like to come in here and sort it by strength. So it tells you which direction the pair is going, and then also tells you the strength of the direction. Right now, this is the rollover time. It's almost 5:30 Eastern, so everything's kind of dead stopped right now. This is like a horrible time to trade, right? But this stuff. So as a newbie, again, you can come over and go sort this by strength and just trade the pairs that are moving. Right? So these top ones are the pairs that are moving, right? They're trending, right? And there's the strength. Anything over 20 is considered good strength, right? So you come down here, you want to stay away from these, right? One, a lot of them are going the opposite direction. You got a trend going one way and the strength going the other, right? There's a tug of war going on, and these are real just low numbers, right? So these are all going sideways, consolidating, and I mean, how good is that? All that's filtered away. All these pairs right up to, so from NZDUSD down, as a newbie, you automatically know not to trade these pairs. How cool is that? Right? And then you can start looking at these other ones. And I like to just go, right to the top and get the good ones. Okay? So the way this works, if you look, right, and this is, you'll learn about the strategy by the educators. They'll teach you, a few different ways to use this that are very, very powerful. I'm just going to show you the basic stuff here, right? So the idea is just to line up the colors, right? They've color coded this. So you can see this line here. If I pull it down, you can see this line is red. All right, when the line's red, that's a sign of trending down. You got the arrows are red. Okay, and if I get rid of the arrows, you can see the moving average. The red is above the blue. Okay, now you can see here, this came in to the red line, and down here, it's in the red. So everything's red, 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 red. This would be a great place to enter this trend. And look what happens if you did. Boom. Right? And you can see multiple places, depending on when you look at this, you could enter. Right, here's a situation, the same thing. You got the red above the blue. It's obviously still below that red. If you turn on the arrows, right, you got red arrows. This is in the red. This is in the red. You line all those up. Great place to enter. Right? And you can see everywhere in one of these that popped into that red would be great places to enter this. Right? How powerful is that for a new person? Right? Not having to do go to a higher time frame and do a top-down analysis and do all that extra stuff you have to do when you're trading on your own. Right? And let's see if we can find some kind of a uptrend. I'll turn these arrows back on. You got this, but it's just crossing that line, so that wouldn't be that big of a deal. Let me see if I can just kind of scroll back. Once you go further enough, the arrows don't show anymore. I might just click through. I just want to show you an example. Hey, let me pause this till I find an example. All right, here we go. I found one. The NZD yen. You see here it says trend is up and the strength is up, and the same situation but opposite, right? With instead of looking for all red, now we're looking for all blue. Right, we got the blue line here, right? And when we take away the arrows, for example, right over here, right? The blue is above the red, right? This is heading into the blue, and this is in the blue, right? So this would be a great place to enter this trend, and look what happens, right? And there's a few different places you could have done that, right? You could have done down here at the beginning, right? The blue is above the red, and of course we're still, we're above the blue line here. This dips into the blue, this is in the blue, right? It'd be a great place to enter anywhere in here, right? And what happens? Right? How cool is that, right? So they're going to teach you the details of this, and check this out, right? So this is where you're going to come. Dr. Josh Lee and Brandon Boyer are the creators of this tool, and check this out. They go live Monday through Friday, multiple times per day, right? And then these times, by the way, are my time zone times. So when you become a customer and log in, it'll show your times, okay, in your time zone. So they kick it off with going over indices and doing an analysis with the impulse. All right, then that takes about 30 minutes, and then they go live into the market, and they're typically looking at Forex and the other stuff. All right, and then they end it. They end it with and then they take a break for about an hour, and they come back. They'll probably do this for about an hour. Yeah, and they'll take a 2-hour break usually, come back, and then they do master the skill, where they teach you how to master the skill. They teach you the strategy, and they do this over and over and over again, 5 days a week. Right, the support is insane. Right, and the way you access this, when you click on their name, you're going to come to their channel. All right, and if you miss any of their sessions, under here, there's a recorded session. You can watch those. All right, but then you can come to the favorited sections, right? And they have this 5-day boot camp, which is just an overview, right? And then down here, you get into the nitty gritty, right? Trade entry reasons using impulse. How about this one? Step-by-step objective trade system for using impulse. I mean, right? It's only an hour video that's going to teach you step-by-step an objective trading rule, right? Some more here, right? I mean, just some trainings you can go through, but that's probably the one I'd watch first. How to create consistency in trading using the impulse system, right? I mean, the training's all here, guys, right? And you get to get on live with these guys and ask them questions, Right, it's absolutely phenomenal. You can see why there's been over 11 million logins. Now check this out. And I'm probably going to blur out the name of this group because you'll become a member of it once you become a customer. So let me explain to these pictures. Right, I'm just going to bring the first one up, the last one up. This was just posted recently. So this is called the Masters Club, and the way you become a part of the Masters Club is you have to take a screenshot of your trading account, your actual trading account, and submit it to Brandon and Josh, and they will look at it and evaluate whether or not you have if you're winning, if you're having success with it, right? If you have a winning percentage, right, and you're having success with it, you have to screenshot the proof of that. And then once they have the proof of that, they make up a little flyer for you, and you're basically part of the Masters Club, right? And you can see I could just individually go through these one at a time, but let me get out of this. If you look, guys, there is hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of people that have been able to submit successful trading screenshots, right, and that are killing it with this software, right? It just goes on and on and on. For the past 18 months, they're just flowing in, guys, right? Just flowing in, and you get recognized. So at the end, on the live sessions, they'll recognize all of the people that made it into the Masters Club, and they even have like a Masters 100 or 50 club, like this Masters 50 of people that submitted their account that had 50 trades. This one, 100 trades, so if with a winning record. I mean, it's just massive, guys. Look at this as I scroll through. I mean, it's insane, right? Pull up, what's this date? This is April of 2023. And scroll down some more. I mean, look at all these. It's nuts, guys, right? February of 2023, right? Scroll down some more. What do we got? I mean, it just goes on forever. All right, this is December 24th of 2022. I mean, I don't even know when they started this, right? I mean, it's nuts. So you'll get added to this community. There's about 18,000 people in this community with all these people kicking ass, right? So you can communicate with these people. You can chat with them. Maybe you're not having that success yet, and you can say, hey, what did you do to turn the corner? Or can you help me? Or blah, 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 whatever. Right, this one's, again, December 2nd. I mean, like I said, I don't know that there's a product out there on the planet that has this many people having success with it. Right, it almost makes me want to ditch education. But I will never ditch the way I do things. I love the way I do it. I love the education. But I love the fact that for people that want a tool, I now have something to send them to if they don't want to go through the education. Before I didn't. I just had to say, sorry, tough luck. Either do the education or go find somebody else. That's basically what I had to tell them. And now I can, take care of both worlds. People that want to dive into the education, we've got that locked down. Our indicator, fair value gap, entry model is freaking crushing it, right? But some people just don't want to put in the time, right? And that it takes, and some people just can't understand that stuff, right? So anyways, tons and tons of flyers, tons and tons of stuff there. All right, now let me show you, I'm not done with this, right? So I just showed you the basics. Now they just launched this toolbar up here. Okay, and you can see these are grayed out, right? Because right now these are the only things available with the new update, and they said by the end of the week, possibly end of next week, the longest, that these other ones will be activated. But I want to show you this guy right here, this macro trend. Right, this thing's been pretty insane as I'm going through and testing these, right? And I actually got in a trade today off of this, and it was so simple, it was crazy. So what this is, it's called the macro trend. You can turn it off and on. You can see when I turn it on, it shows it right here, okay? Now what this is, there's all kinds of things built into this, right? But ultimately what it is, it's predicting a small time or a small term trend, okay? And what it is they have a little strategy where when you see this, you don't just use it as a signal and just get in, right? You want a confirmation. You want it to continue, and then you want it to do a pullback, and then continue again, and then you get in, right? And watch as I click through some of these. Well, actually, let me just show you what happened to me this morning. Now, I trade gold. If you know me, I just trade gold. And I had this software up on a different screen because I was looking at it and deciding whether or not I want to make this video, you know, and start sharing it with people or not. And this kind of is what just threw me over the edge. Let me find it. I'm looking for the Euro USD. Okay, here it is. Okay, and it has a new hour right now. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is it only shows you the last one, right? So it's hard to back test. But I want to show you, I'm going to go to the 1 minute, because that's where I was trading off of. Okay, and then I'm just going to scroll back to this morning. So I trade the US session. And it's just taking, let's go, come on. All right, we're almost there. Okay, right here. So you're gonna have to take my word for this one because, like I said, it doesn't show it. You know, it erases all the past ones. It only shows the recent one. All right, so I had this up on my screen. I was trading gold. I was in a gold trade. I'm happy. My trade's winning. I'm doing good. And then all of a sudden I saw, maybe I can just draw it. Right here, it drew, oh, that was horrible. So right here, it drew that tool right there, signifying that there's going to be a downward micro trend. All right. So as the instructions, you know, and I had just watched the trading video on this the night before, last night. Right. So so I knew it needed to go down and it needed to pull back. And here's the cool thing: when it pulls back, you can't see it on here because again, it pulls it off. It draws the trend line for you as it's pulling back. Right? So you get that little icon, it takes off, it pulls back, and basically the confirmation is when you get a candle that breaks the trend, you go ahead and get in. Right? Because if it doesn't break it, it could be just, heading up, right? You don't want to be in the trade. So it drops this thing, and I'm like, okay, cool, and I'm watching it. Still not even planning to get in. And then I see it walking it down, and then I see it start to pull back. And I'm like, I saw this in the training video. It starts drawing out the trend line for me, right? And then all of a sudden, the candle closes on the other side of it, which, and according to the training was your cue to make the move. And I was like, shit, let's do it. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger, right? And look what happened, right? I got this whole move right here. And I didn't have to do anything. I don't even watch the Euro USD. I didn't have to know what it was doing on the 1 hour or the daily or a top-down analysis. All right, I just got this trend, it broke it, I was in. I was like, holy crap, right? And then I started going through these, right? And you just look at the recent ones. I'm just going to kind of go through and see if I can find the most recent one, right? So right here, look at this. Right, it pulls up, pulls back, breaks that trend and goes. Boom. All right, this one just printed. Right, so there's nothing going on with that. And this is a horrible time to trade. But there's another one back here. I think I already just looked at that one. Let's see if there's anything on this one. This one doesn't seem to have one. Nope. Spin on this one. But I was just going through these. Here's one right here, right? Boom, you get it? Pulls back, right? The software would draw this trend for you, right? You get the candle, breaks the trend, boom. Nice little move there. All right, here's one that just happened. But again, the market sucks, so you don't want to do anything right now. That's another one that just printed. Let's see if we can find some. Or back here, right? Boom, mark goes up, pulls back. A little creeping going there, but it eventually goes up. So we got anything on this one? Nope, don't see anything. Oh, it's because it's not on. Ah, you got to turn it on every time you switch. So there it is. All right, boom, pull back. See ya. All right, and this line would have drawn this trend line for you. And then when it broke it, you're out of here. So I got to turn this on. All right. So anyways, I just went back. I think you guys get the point of this thing. So that's just one of the add-ons, right? They didn't even have this for the 18 months that they're crushing it. Now they got this on there along with these little trend lines that are drawn for you. Then they got this macro monics coming, macro fibs coming, macro volume, macro divergence, and high and lows. All right, this is all launching. And the other thing I forgot to mention, guys, is this thing works for everything, right? You come over here to the commodities. You got silver, platinum, gold, oil, right? Cryptocurrency, every single, well, not every single coin, but all the major coins here, right? You got indices, right? Those of you who like trade NAS, S&P 500, US 30, and then stocks on here, right? Look at these stocks. And I don't even know what half of these are because I don't even trade stocks, right? You want to trade Visa, Tesla, Snapchat, Netflix, Microsoft, right? McDonald's, right? You can trade it, right? Because you've got the power of this indicator. Okay? So massive support from these educators. And also too, while I'm here real quick, they've certified almost all these other educators. So you got this guy up here, Jay, who teaches a strategy that he created called Trend Trap, and he uses Impulse as his confirmation tool. Right? So you can go and watch him. He'll teach you a whole different strategy than these guys teach, right? One that he likes and he's been using, right? And he'll teach you how to use it with it. And there's a few different educators in here that are like that. I think Million Mills as well uses the trend trap. Yeah, right here. Look at this. Right? She's using the software, and I heard she's really, really good at scalping. Right? So she's got her own little strategy here. So you've got multiple strategies you'll be able to dig into. And not only that, check this out. Markets. No, not markets. Strategies. Strategies. Right? So what kind of trader are you? Right? I just showed you all the intraday stuff. Well, what if you go to scalping? Right? It'll bring up the lower time frames. 1 minute, 5 minute. Right? That intraday I already showed you. You want to do swing trading. You got the 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily. Right? It works perfectly well on those. Right? Let's bring this up. I'd be interested to see these higher time frames. And then you got position trading, which I don't know why anybody would want to do position trading. You got the daily, weekly, and monthly. But if you're a position trader and you like to hold those trades for months, boom, you can do it, guys. You can do anything with this. So any type of trading, scalping, intraday, swing position, any asset, Forex, commodities, crypto, indices, stocks, right? Backed by incredible educators, along with tons of people having incredible success with it. I mean, I don't know. If you're a tools guy, I don't know how you don't pick this. I don't know how you don't pick this, right? So let me know. I'll get you the information on how to get started. Basically, I'll just do it right now. If you come here, right, someone else shared this video with you, go get their link, okay? But you'll come here to the screen and you want to scroll down, and what you want to do is just pick this, right? There's going to be a bunch of stuff on here. Just pick this one thing, right? The foreign exchange, right? Click on that, right? It's going to be $249.95, right? That's your first month. And then your second month, right? Your second month will be 28 days later, $184.95 and $184.95 every month thereafter, right? And you don't only get just that scanner. You get all the educators, right? This is going to blow your mind here, and I'll end it with this, right? So you not only get that scanner, all right, not only do you get access to a complete Forex education, but that was just one scanner right here. You get all of these scanners and all of these apps with that price, along with education on how to trade all the different ways that you want to trade. I mean, the value is insane. Okay, so if I share this video with you, get back to me, get the link. I'll probably include the link with this video. Get in. Let's get you inside. It does come with a 7-day money back guarantee, so you can get inside. You can mess with the tool. You can go check out the educators, right? And if you come in here and think we're full of shit and you don't like what you see, it doesn't vibe with you, whatever the reason, get your money back. You'll get 100% refund. All right, no questions asked, and we'll all go our separate ways as friends. But you need to at least check this out. If you're in the market for a tool, you need to check this out. And if you're in the market for education, You already know we're good at that. So, all right. I look forward to talking to you soon. See you on the inside.